Welcome into 5-Day Crypto. My name is Chase. I'm a level 1 CMT and full-time trader. Today we're going to look at FETCH and the absolute #1 best performing AI coin out there. FETCH is on a rip to the upside. Where could we potentially stop? What are the areas of interest? I'm glad you asked. We're going to look at that on the Fibonacci extension today. I do have a little bit of a cold, so if I sound odd, that's just my normal voice. No. So let's get right to it. The weekly chart, that's what we're looking at. So right now we're at the 3618 on this short-term swing. And this short-term swing, you might like, why are we looking at this short-term? Well, if you zoom in on the daily, it can be a little bit more, you could use the highs and lows. But if you look at this on the daily, it's still the same levels. It just broadens it, right? So you could draw it on the daily if you want. You could use it on the weekly, any time frame. We're going to get to these others as well. But if we close this week above the 3618 at 258, high likelihood of us hitting the 423 at 341. That's our next target if we close above the 3618. Now, if we don't, or if we close right on it, right, maybe we do some consolidation. However, FETCH's consolidation tends to be about the blink of an eye long, and then it goes harder. So to the downside, you're looking to buy on the weekly EMA 8, which you can see that was our kind of our wick down, right? We hit that perfectly. Next week, the EMA 8 is going to be much higher. I would guess above even the 2618. So keep that in mind for the short term, right? That's what we're looking at for swings. Volatility, of course. Bitcoin is now knocking on the door with 70K. We just hit it about less than an hour ago. Depending on when you watch this, right? How did Bitcoin fare? If we close above 70K this week, I would expect altcoins to have a significant rally. If not, maybe still rally. As long as Bitcoin doesn't, kick the bucket down the stairs and fall down, altcoins can still flourish. Okay, so having said that, let's look at our next target beyond the 423 if we are to make some kind of an epic run between now and Monday when we talk again. So looking at this, our next shorter term or longer term swing, right, from the fib is our 2618 on this move from our swing highs to swing lows, 465 at the 2618 here on this bigger scale. Okay, that's be our next target if 341 is taken out. And again, Fibonacci is not to be taken like a etched in stone. They're general areas of interest, right? They don't have to take, they don't have to pay attention at all. As you can see, FETCH has not really given two shits about stopping at the 1618 or the 2618. General areas of interest, especially with the closes. So if you put it on like closing prices, and then you start to see these levels, being interacted with or acting as support and resistance, they become much more significant. So keep that in mind. Okay, but looking at this one, the 2618 is 465 if FETCH wants to get ultra bullish this weekend. And if we go back to the really bigger scale, right, going from our ultra high, our all-time highs, right, previous all-time highs, 120, to our all-time lows in November, the end of the bear market at 5 cents, we would be looking at the 1618 at 830. So that is our general big picture area of interest for the first part, right? How far are we? I'm glad you asked. Let's go look. We're 3x away from hitting that, right? So keep that in mind. 200% is a 3x. Remember, 100% is a 2x, right? A lot of people get that off. So keep that in mind. There's FETCH, one of the greatest looking coins in crypto, greatest looking charts in crypto, and certainly the leader of the pack on the AI at this point. We'll see if the others can play catch up, or is FETCH just going to continue to melt faces and lead the pack for eternity? We'll see. What do you think? Let me know below. All right, quote of the day. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for the things which he has. So appreciate the things you have, right? Don't always be searching for the, you're upset, right? Because you're looking at your neighbor and he's got a brand new car or a better house, right? Appreciate what you have, right? Not all things are to the eye, whatever that means. All right. Car of the day, Red Bull F1. You might have seen an F1 car, but have you ever seen an F1 car on a putting green? Putting green at the golf tournament I went to last week. There you go. F1, pretty spectacular. Look how wide those tires are. All right, F1 Red Bull. Max Verstappen cannot be stopped.